have a pencil and paper ready to learn and practice isometric sketching. In this lesson we concentrate on isometric rounds. Hey, this is Mr. D. This is the fourth in a set of videos that I've made to learn isometric sketching. We did one on isometric projection and isometric lines, the second one on non-isometric lines, the third one on isometric circles, and this one will be on isometric rounds. As a review, in the first video I showed students the first thing to do is draw vertical lines, and then from vertical lines into that Y shape, up and to the right 30 degrees and up and to the left 30 degrees, and then we can convert that into cubes, isometric cubes. And from the isometric cubes we went on to put ellipses on each of those three isometric faces. Ellipses are started with the center line, figuring out a radius and boxing that in, and then doing a large arc and a small arc. And the left and the right and the top isometric circles are all the same, they're just oriented in different directions. To go to isometric rounds, you'll be using the same curve that you use on the isometric ellipses. And in all of the cases today, you'll be using the large radius part of the curve. Okay, so here are some rounds on the upper right corner of the cube. We're using the large radius, and I just judge those in there as to which size I want to. And you should practice a couple on the right hand side and then practice a couple on the left hand side. Okay, you can find a radius and you can box that curve in, but it's almost just as easy to draw the cube in there and then hit tangentially the lines with the curve that you wish. And there are three practiced on the left hand side, and at the bottom three practiced on the front corner. And I changed the radiuses on these. One was a medium and one was a little smaller and one was a little bigger. But you need to practice those. Those were all outside curves, and on the next page we do some inside curves. Again, I'm using a 6H pencil to draw on the cubes lightly. I'm drawing in the curves lightly, and then changing to a HB pencil and darkening them in. Didn't do quite a good job on that second inside curve. And there's one on the front corner, one on the top left corner, and one on the top right corner. That gives you practices on all three faces. I moved on to do isometric half circles. The last video we did some cylinders, and this looks like half of a cylinder. Here's a half of a cylinder standing up. Again, in a light construction pencil, box it in, find your center, determine the radius, do the large arc, and then transition it into the tighter, smaller arc for half of the circle. The back half of these parts have identical isometric circles as the front, and not all of those normally need to be drawn. You can put in your tangent lines in there. They sort of get truncated. I practiced a couple of isometric letters here. The isometric letter O is a complete isometric circle. This one's on the right hand face. Find the center, find the radius of the inner circle, find the radius of the outer circle, box them in lightly, then draw your large arcs and your small arcs, tangent lines in the back. I think I missed something on that letter O in the back inside. I went on to the letter C. The letter C is done just like the letter O, except that you cut out the right hand part. This is a letter P. The letter P has a stick, the upright. I projected straight lines out for a little ways and then went into half circles for the round part of the P. Do everything lightly, darken it in, erase those pieces you don't wish. The last letter here is really a difficult letter. It's the letter S. It would be a very challenging one. There are some easier ones to do than this one, but I want you to go on and practice some of the others on your own. The letter S has like a smaller elliptical circle at the top and a bigger elliptical circle at the bottom to give it balance. Once you do the inner and outer races, then you project it back to the depth of the part. That's a good challenge right there, the letter S. That's isometric rounds. We're going to do more practice in the next video. Thank you.